name's Nikki and I work at the Ranch Malibu. I'm a senior program guide here, and I want to show you how to wear your backpack so your body's feeling good on these long hikes of ours. So first rule of thumb is to get a 3-liter pack because you want 3 liters of water in there. And this is an example. I left these really loose, which you don't want when you're backpacking. When you're ready to go on trail, you want all of these nice and cinched up so the backpack is nice and tight on your body, not too tight. You want the zipper zipped up so nothing falls out on trail. So basically when you put on your backpack, it's going to be a little loose, all right? Some of you might have what's called a hip belt that has larger pockets right here to put some snacks in, or maybe your phone. This one does not, but what I'm doing is making sure the bulk of the weight of the backpack is on my hips, my hip bones, all right? So a lot of the weight's there and not on your shoulders, your traps, which will over time, cause tightness and soreness, which you don't want to have happen. So you want to have these guys sit on your hip bones. So I'm going to cinch these down nice and tight, but so I can breathe. See, get these tight in here. All right, so it's pretty tight. It's sitting right on my hip bones. And then what I'm gonna do is pull these so it's not loose and so that my backpack's not falling back this way. You want it nice and tight on your back. So you wanna pull these at a 45-degree angle. If you pull them straight down, they're not really gonna work. So you wanna pull at a 45-degree angle. As you can see, it's nice and snug on my body here, all right? So that's basically how you set up your pack. Packs also have a chest strap, which helps keep your pack in place as well, so it's not falling forward or back. When you're hiking uphill a lot too, it tends to kind of sag and then fall back this way, which puts a lot of pressure on your shoulders, and so this keeps it nice and secure on your back. So, like so, like so. Now I'm going to show you how to adjust poles. We have poles here that are really great for keeping form out on trail, helping with gravity that's pushing down on our joints and to save our joints, our knee joints and ankle joints. So I'll show you how to use one of these guys. So right now is an example of how not to use your poles. You want to have them at a 90-degree angle, your forearm at a 90-degree angle. And this is not correct. Let's put it down here. They have these nice quick release little dudes here that are used to adjust the poles. So right now I've adjusted my pole. My arm is at a 90-degree angle. You don't want it too far down. You don't want it too far up because then you're gonna be hiking like this. They also have a great little feature. This here, it's a little spongy area. When you're going uphill, your poles are normally gonna go up a little bit and your arm's gonna be a little higher, causing everything to be higher, so you can always grab down here so you don't have to readjust your poles. So your poles at a comfortable angle here, correct angle, are like so. And as you walk, this is how you're gonna do the poles. They can also be used as brakes, so you're gonna plant your poles and then take a step, which takes off pressure off of your joints. So planting these guys down and then taking a step, planting and then taking a step helps a lot with your knee and ankle joints. They also have these little straps here, all right? When we're hiking a long period of time, you might want to rest your hand instead of squeezing the poles. You can tuck your hand through and rest it like so, all right? So it kind of gives your hands a little breather. These also help with swelling of the hands as well. So that's how we use our poles. Boop. All right, we got tips on how to tie shoes. All right, right here I got my trail shoes on. As you can see, I kept them nice and loose so I can show you. So rule of thumb to keep your foot locked in your shoe so it's not sliding like this. I don't have my socks on just so I can show you. All right, so you don't want heels sliding. You don't want your toes jammed up in the front part of your shoe as well, because your toes will become very unhappy. Blisters, black and purple toes will start to happen, as far as and bruising as well for your toes if you are experiencing any sliding forward, which we have on a lot of downhills. Your feet are gonna naturally slide forward. So putting on your shoe in the morning, you're gonna cinch these guys down kind of snug right here, all right? Nice and snug. You're gonna kick your heel back in the back of your shoe. You're gonna pull on these shoelaces nice and snug, nice and snug. And as you get up towards your ankle, you're gonna loosen up just a little bit because that does cause some pinching in here. You don't wanna pinch off circulation or anything like that. You're gonna tie them normally. Usually you wanna double knot them so they're not coming apart and you're not tripping over your shoelace. This little guy, I have a trail running shoe, so I have a, oof, can't get this in here. You might wanna edit this part. I can't get this. Anyway, it's got a place you can tuck, probably. It's got a place you can tuck your laces up into here, all right? So nice and tight, then loosen up as you're getting up towards your ankle. We also have another really cool way on how to lace up a lot of hiking boots. It's great to do this as well, which I'll take this out. This is called a Sherpa tie, which, actually I'll take one more out. All right, and you can start from actually the last lace here, but I'll show you a couple of these guys. So pretend that I've done the same here. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna cross this over once, twice, so it's in the center, and then you're gonna lace it through the hole, which is really, really gonna lock those shoelaces nice and tight. They're not gonna really move. As you can see, it's got a little twist there. And it really stops those shoelaces from loosening up a lot. So it's gonna really lock your foot in. You're gonna kick that heel back. That's gonna be in the center. And then you're gonna do the same pretty much all the way up to the top. So a nice little twist there, and then I'll relace them as well. So that's gonna keep your foot nice and locked in there. Your feet nice and happy, guys. All right, next tip is how to properly walk on trail. And yes, there is a proper way to walk on trail as far as keeping your body nice and happy and your feet happy, your joints happy. Being out on trail for 4 hours, it's gonna add up over time. So here's a couple tips for you. So when you're walking out on trail, you wanna do a heel to toe placement, all right? You don't wanna slam the ground like so, okay? A lot of people might walk a little bit more flat-footed, but you wanna walk heel to toe. Heel to toe, okay? Also, when going downhill, you're also doing the heel to toe, and you're also gonna put a slight bend in the knee. The slight bend in the knee is like a shock absorber, like a car has a shock absorber. If your knees are kind of locked in there, it's a lot of pounding that's happening, a lot of gravity pushing on those joints, so a slight bend in the knee when we're going downhill kind of softens up your walk. So heel to toe, slight bend in the knee for those downhills. On the uphills, you want to do shorter steps. Actually, on downhills and uphills, you want to take shorter steps. They recruit the larger muscles. They keep your center of gravity really good. So yeah, they keep you from falling. You know, so you're nice and tight. Your center of gravity is really centered in where the core is. You got those bend in the knees to keep that softer kind of cushion as you're going downhill, and then going uphill. Smaller steps helps recruit those larger muscles, which are our glutes and our quadriceps and our hamstrings. So those, I think, are all the tips for hiking.